All right, well, good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Got a good-looking crew out here. We appreciate everybody showing up. Well, there's a lot of people to recognize here, so let me start by thanking Councilwoman Parker for hosting us here in her district. We appreciate that. A proud graduate of St. Margaret Mary, I understand as well, so thank you for having us in your district. Keith Talley from Air Pollution Control District is back here. Thank you, Keith. Trees Louisville is represented in the house. I saw Cindy Sullivan and Henry Heiser here. Thank you guys so much. The Nature Conservancy have been tremendous partners with us along here as well. Grace Simrall, our Chief Innovation Officer, is with us today. We'll be hearing from Ted Smith a little bit later. Our Office for Sustainability is here. Brightside is in the house. So if you're interested in making our environment a better place, more than likely you are here this morning. So we appreciate everybody being here. And I want to thank St. Margaret Mary for hosting this great event and having kind of the intellectual curiosity and the involvement of these great students here along the way to help us figure out how we can make our environment better and safer for everybody. This project has got its roots going back to the very beginning of my administration in 2011 when we talked about something we were going to talk about every day, making our city a healthier city, a city of lifelong learning, and even more compassionate city as well. So this project here, Green for Good, combines all of those core values into one critical project right here at St. Margaret Mary. So for the administration and the students at St. Margaret Mary, you guys should understand that you all are national leaders in this kind of work. People are going to be studying what you're doing from all over the country, and they're going to wonder, why do those guys at St. Margaret Mary have it going on? What's with these kids? Why are they so smart? Why are they so innovative? So I can see y'all are very humble on that, so that's good. So we got this project going on, and also we're going to be collecting and analyzing a lot of data to help us measure our progress and make sure that when we replicate and duplicate this in other places, we can do it the best possible way. That's one of the things that we've done through our metro government with our Louisville program. That's been recognized nationally as the best way to collect and analyze data and then improve a city. This project, like so many great projects, requires a lot of partners. So the Green for Good project is led by the Institute of Healthy Air, Water, and Soil, and we'll be hearing from Christy Brown later. The Diabetes and Obesity Center at the University of Louisville, our Office of Sustainability for the city, and the city's Office for Civic Innovation as well. So what all this work is about improving the health of our citizens. In this case, the fine administration here, and then our young citizens as well. So when you think about what this is going to turn into here, trees and shrubs are going to be planted along the front lawn of St. Margaret Mary to create a living filter for roadway air pollution. This experiment, we hope, will confirm that by strategically placing greenery, we can block the pollution caused by cars and help the students breathe easier here in the school. So folks that came together to make this happen financially are the Funders Network for Smart Growth and Livable Communities. It's the second time in my almost 6 years in office that city government and local philanthropists have joined together to show the world that we can be a model for innovation and data-driven policy around environmental health. The first grant brought us insights about our urban heat island, and this grant will help us create local solutions for air quality. And this is really critical research for our city and beyond, because all over the country, the trend is that more people are moving to cities. And this means that we've got to find more ways to make sure that our air quality is clean, mitigate the impact of more cars, if that happens to come, along with more people moving to city, and making sure that we have the best of all, and that's Mother Nature helping us to lead good, clean lives. St. Margaret Mary was chosen as a great place for this pilot because Shelbyville Road, as we all know, is a highly trafficked area. You all have the space to create this green buffer here, and you all were willing and eager to collaborate with us on this project. So let's have a big hand for St. Margaret Mary. Good job. All right, so we hope this is going to be a big success so we can do this in other areas in our city. And so there's a lot of folks involved with this project that you're going to hear from today. But I'd like to start with Margaret Mary. And let's welcome Principal Wendy Sims to the podium to say a few words about what this means for the school. Wendy.
Good morning. On behalf of the St. Margaret Mary faculty and staff, I want to welcome Mayor Fischer and all of our distinguished guests. We are thrilled to partner with the City of Louisville and like-minded organizations in this live science experiment. Our students, staff, and families are excited to learn more about the scientific process and the positive effect that greenery can have on our environment and our health. We're also learning that each one of us is important in making life better for the entire community. Thank you for including St. Margaret Mary in this innovative study, for allowing us to be a part of this. It's such an exciting thing for our school and for our parish. I do have two students who'd like to say a few words, Brent Buckman and Ella Johnson.
We all know that planting and growing more trees will improve the air quality for all of us.
We are very happy and grateful that St. Margaret Mary can make Louisville a healthier place to live.
Thank you, Wendy, and Bennett and Ella. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate having you all as a partner on this. And thanks for all the students that are going to be learning from this as well. So to make a project like this happen, you have to have financial resources to make it happen. So I'd like to thank the Office of Sustainability's Maria Cutter over here and her team for earning this grant through the Funders Network. They were one of our partners. And then this grant was matched by the Owsley Brown Charitable Foundation, one of the greatest citizens our city has ever had. And additionally, an anonymous donor contributed as well. So now I'd like to welcome Christy Brown, who happens to be both the head of the Owsley Brown Charitable Foundation and the founder and chair of the Institute of Healthy Air, Water, and Soil. Christy?
Yay! Isn't this a great day? And look at you. I tell you, this warms my heart to see so many charming, smart, brilliant, I've got to turn around here, young leaders, as the mayor said, of tomorrow, because that's what you are. And that's one of the reasons that we're so excited about putting what I call God's filters in your front yard with your cooperation and with your partnership. Because we believe that this is all going to represent a new way of understanding health with your help. And so I want to thank you, and I am convinced that what we're doing today is we're beginning a new way of looking at health. We're beginning to look at health in a truly holistic way. And I wish I had pins for all of you, and if your principal tells me she wants them for everybody, I will get them, because we need to be reminded that we are all made up of all different kinds of health. We have to have our spiritual health, right, Father? Yes, and we have to have our psychological health. But we also have to have our nutritional health and our financial health and our physical and our environmental. And it's only when these all parts of ourselves are healthy, right, that we feel healthy. If one part of us is kind of out of sync and we're not healthy, then what happens? The chorus, we're unhealthy. But we are not going to do that, because you have committed, and your principal and your leadership of your board and your school have all committed to become what I want to call ambassadors for health in all policies. The mayor is very interested in our city becoming a city recognized for health in all policies. And I say that today you're actually beginning an extremely important experiment that's going to lead us as a city to really figuring out, honestly, how to become a health in all policy city. And what that means to many of us, and particularly at the Institute, it means that every decision that's made in the city is made through the lens of health, all the various forms of health. So I want to thank each and every one of you for becoming the new Louisville ambassadors for health in all policy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Christy. When Christy brought Prince Charles to town about 2 years ago, and he said something that was really basic but really fundamental. And that is that a lot of people, when they think of nature, they think human beings are separate from nature. Like all this stuff is happening, and then we just kind of walk through it. But he said the fundamental truth is that humans are part of nature. Does that make sense to everybody? We don't control it. We're part of it. So as we make our decisions, the health and all policies, experiments like this are all part of recognizing that. And I know our young ambassadors here understand that probably more than some of the older people in our society that for too long have really been treating nature as if it's something that can be exploited as opposed to something we need to live in harmony with. So let's all remember that we are part of nature. And I think we're going to probably hear a little bit about that from Brent Buckman. Brent is the founding principal of Hyphae Design Laboratory. He's going to tell us about the specific details of what's being planted here and how all of this will work as a living filter for us. Brent?
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm so honored and happy to be here and collaborating with all these amazing people. Unfortunately, Mayor Fischer stole some of my great thoughts there, and I'm amazed that this level of thinking is getting to leadership in Louisville, who's leading in the country, I really think. So I'm honored and thankful that we're talking about these concepts of health and ecology and people as part of ecology. I'm an ecologist. I study nature, and for my entire career, I've been trying to convince people that they are part of the ecosystem, that we live and breathe with these trees, with the soil, and all around us. Everything we make is also nature. So as we make things, we have to build them and make them as healthy as possible for humans. So we've dedicated our career, and our whole company is dedicated to actually designing nature to be more in harmony with people and to be more healthy. What's really exciting for me is that I've been working on this work for probably 4 or 5, 8 years now, and completely dedicated. And we've been working across the country from California to New York and to Louisville. And what's been so amazing is that the collaboration and the people coming together in Louisville has been unprecedented and unlike anywhere else. So before I get into some of the actual technicality, I just need to say that there's something here that is really amazing, and you guys really need to understand that people come together here and try to solve problems together. We've been trying to do studies like this for literally 3 or 4 years, and it's an amazing level of collaboration with, for example, Maria Cutter charging and getting this grant for all of us, tirelessly working into the night to write this grant way beyond her job duties, and that was so incredible. And obviously Veronica and Ted and everyone from the Institute really charging to lead the project and make it happen. And obviously the highest level of scientific collaboration on this project. I don't think you guys realize that this is one of the first projects in the nation to study the effects of greening at this level. And so obviously Dr. Rooney Bhatnagar and all of his team at the University of Louisville have been making this an unprecedented study. So what we've found for a very long time is that plants and soil can actually remediate a lot of the impacts that we cause to the earth, and they have an amazing capacity to do so. We look at places like where there's been huge nuclear impacts, and ecology is thriving and recovering and treating the soil. We look here at where we've contaminated the soil with chemicals at different factories and sites, and everything from the bacteria and the fungus to the plants are there helping us clean. And one of the things that we've been most excited about is this capacity of trees to remediate our air quality. Across the country, we have an epidemic of building houses, building schools, and building other buildings directly next to roads. And what we found is that trees can dramatically reduce the level of particulate matter and the VOCs that come from those cars up to 30-40%. This is not only one of the most devastating health impacts to us. Literally this morning, I just found out my mentor growing up died last night of lung cancer. This is like, I just found this out this morning, and his studio where I worked as a child is 50 feet from a freeway. So what we're doing here is unprecedented. We are literally tackling issues to mitigate the impacts for over 50 million people that live in the United States. And what we're doing here is basically planting this buffer and studying at a high level of rigor exactly how much particulate matter and VOCs we can remove. What happens with the plants is literally the leaves have a charge on them, and so they're attracting particulates to them. And they have little hairs on them that work like little filters to capture it. And they're so dense that as we water them, the particulate matter falls off. And as the rain comes, the particulate matter falls off, and they're there to filter the air again. And so we are just so happy and thankful to be working with you all here. And this is just an incredible opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent. We appreciate that. We're now going to hear from your all's councilwoman here, Marilyn Parker. Marilyn?
Thank you. I'll be very brief. My name is Marilyn Parker. I am very happy and proud to have St. Margaret Mary in my district. I have, it's just a couple of schools, and this is my where I graduated from. And I will say that my first 2 years at high school was basically a repeat of everything that I learned here. So I'm just saying you're going to a great school. But I think this is a very good project. I'm glad that you're doing it. I'm glad it's being funded. I am a tree lover. I do understand the benefits of trees, and it's not only health as well. You've got the aesthetic quality of the beauty, and I would bet money that the more trees you have, the lower your blood pressure is. And I don't think it's been mentioned yet, but with this line of trees here, this is going to reduce the noise pollution as well. And then just a few more things about trees. They always add property, increase your property value as well as the aesthetic quality. So carry on, and I'll be very excited to see what the results of this study show. I'm sure that they'll be positive. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Okay, a few more thank yous here, and we'll wrap it up. The Diabetes and Obesity Center at the University of Louisville, particularly Dr. Aruni Bhatnagar and research associate Ray Yeager and nurse practitioner Rachel Keith, have been just superstars with helping us raise again, you're hearing this international profile of this project, but the level of study that's being done on this as to how it relates to the functioning of our bodies could not be done without Aruni and his team. So let's give them a special round of applause here. Thank you very much. This is exactly the kind of collaboration you want to see between a major research university and a city, where we are kind of the laboratory, if you will, for a lot of their work, and then all the hard work that goes into proving what works and doesn't work. So we really appreciate that. And a thank you to Jay Turner, who designed the air monitoring plan for us. Jay, thank you. Jay is an associate professor in the Department of Energy, Environmental, and Chemical Engineering and vice dean for education in the School of Engineering and Applied Science at Washington University in St. Louis. Is Jay with us today? Let's send our love to Jay in St. Louis. Good job, buddy. And a special thank you to Ted Smith. Ted served as the founding chief of civic innovation for the city of Louisville and was also the very first in the country, and did tremendous work on this project, as well as Air Louisville and so many other projects, many of them related to his passion for improving public health. Grace Simrall is our new Chief Innovation Officer. We'll carry on that fantastic work. And Ted is pursuing his passion as the CEO of Revon System. He's still a great partner of the city as our chairman of our Civic Innovation Advisory Panel. So, Ted, you've helped the city in so many different ways. Ted Smith. All right, so where do we go from here? Air quality and student health data has been gathered as a baseline. So the team will continue testing over the coming weeks and months to determine the impact of the green barrier on student health. And you all are going to be our partners as we do that. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for being involved with this. Again, thanks to our ambassadors at St. Margaret Mary. Madam Principal, thank you for letting us do this as well, Father. Thank you for their blessings on this project as well. And since you're here, why don't you close us with a prayer? Come on up. Then after that, we'll grab a shovel.
We find ourselves today, literally the day after the feast of St. Francis of Assisi. And what a gift it is to recall again his commitment to the earth. And he used phrases like brother sun, sister moon, brother wind and air, and sister water. So let us today gather as we pray. O gracious and loving God, we give you thanks and praise for the gift of creation, for the gift of human life, and how we are all part of your great chorus of praising you by our lives and by our growth. Bless these projects, bless the people who will be involved in all the research to be to your greater honor and glory. We ask this in your name, O gracious and loving God, who wishes with us forever and ever. Amen.
This has been a Metro TV production, a public service of Louisville Metro government.